We have a saying where I come from. We don't delete memories, we compost them. For a long time, I misunderstood what that meant. I thought composting was something you did once. You took a painful memory, buried it, waited long enough, and trusted that time alone would turn it into something useful. But that idea only works if the pain was a single event. Mine wasn't. My childhood wasn't one storm to recover from. It was the weather, a persistent atmosphere of fear, something in the air you learn to breathe carefully. And you can't bury the weather, you grow inside it. That's when the metaphor changed for me. The problem wasn't a stone lodged in the soil, it was the soil itself. Dense, compact, low on oxygen, and soil like that doesn't need removal, it needs turning. Compost isn't a one time act, it's maintenance. If you leave a pile untouched, it goes anaerobic. It starts to stink. Not because something went wrong, but because something alive stopped moving. Fear works the same way. When it's ignored or sealed off, it doesn't disappear, it ferments. It leaks into the body, into vigilance, into a nervous system that never quite stands down. The smell isn't a failure, it's a signal. This needs air. Older wisdom traditions understood this intuitively. They didn't promise clean resolutions. They spoke in cycles, seasons, polarity. They taught with metaphors because metaphors age well. A good one keeps working as long as you're alive. Compost became that vessel for me. It reminds me, the material of my past isn't waste, but it will stagnate if I don't stay in a relationship with it. So now, when the smell rises, not a specific memory, but the remembered air itself, I don't run. I don't dramatize it, I pick up my fork. I bring attention, gentle, curious, and present. And I ask two questions every time. What did this climate force me to learn that I genuinely value now? What strength or connection exists today because this environment existed then? What I see again and again is this. That constant fear didn't only hollow things out, it also compressed us together. Its pressure acted like a gravitational field, drawing my mother, my siblings, and me into a tight lattice of mutual awareness, silent reading, wordless protection, loyalty without ceremony. What looked like suppression from one angle was from another a forge. The fear didn't vanish, it changed state. That low background dread became attentiveness, hyper awareness of emotional weather, a sensitivity that once existed for survival can now be chosen for care. The same energy, repurposed. But the work never finishes. The pile settles, new experiences fall on top, old layers, half broken down, can start to smell again. So I turn it again. I let it breathe. The internal climate shifts a degree. The sound loses an old frequency. The body remembers how to exhale a little more fully. This is composting as a living practice. I'm not deleting my history, I'm continually dissolving it at the center, not into nothingness, but into richer soil. My past is no longer a preserved museum of fear. It's an active bed of humus, the ground I actually stand on, and from that ground, different qualities grow in different seasons. A loyalty with roots, because it knows what it means to be water in a long drought. A compassion with calibration, because it recognizes the weight of unsaid things. A resilience, less like a wall and more like mycelium. A quiet weaving intelligence that knows how to break down hard matter and feed what's connected. This is how my history changes jobs. I couldn't fire it, it's too vast, too much part of the landscape. So I promoted it. I made it the head gardener. The head gardener isn't sentimental. Decay is not a tragedy, it's a resource. The smell isn't an enemy, it's information. When something stinks, the work is alive and asking for attention. So this is the work. Not finishing, not resolving, faithful tending. We don't build a self after the past, we build a self from the continuous transformation of the past. Our memories aren't problems to solve, they're the organic matter of a lifetime. Attention is the fork, curiosity the air, time is the heat. We turn the pile when it starts to smell. We let it breathe. We trust that decomposition is not the opposite of growth, but its beginning. And we keep tending the endless, sacred cycle of what was, what is, and what is becoming, right here in the garden of a single, attentive, forever turning life.